Hello everyone, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4927. Happy Saturday evening to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in week 14 of the London Bulldogs franchise and we are battling off against the Atlanta Falcons in the 678 and the home of Coca-Cola in Atlanta, Georgia, which was founded in 1886. Dr. Pepper was founded a year earlier in 1885 in Waco, Texas. And Atlanta was the host of the 1996 Summer Olympics, making it 100 years of the modern Olympics. Um, and also, Atlanta is the capital, is Georgia's state capital. So, with this being said, we'll see you guys at kickoff time at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, the host of Super Bowl 53.
Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. Atlanta Falcons versus Brees and the London Bulldogs.
Alright, now it is kickoff time here in Atlanta, Georgia, as the London Bulldogs kick this away. Adam Vinatieri kicks it off, and the Atlanta Falcons, Sergio Terry, will be ready to return the kickoff here for the Falcons, and they will get stopped at the 32-yard line. This is going to be a 1st and 10. We see Matt Ryan stepping onto the field for the first time today in this episode, and we are going to use some zone coverage on 1st down at 10 from the 32. Matt Ryan looking to throw, incomplete pass by the way, and this is now going to be a 2nd and 10 here for the Atlanta Falcons from the 32-yard line. And Matt Ryan, he throws the ball to Todd Gurley, and he had -3 yards on that reception. So this is now a result of a 3rd and 13 here for the Atlanta Falcons. So Atlanta, they're trying to, and they get sacked there on the play. They recover it, but it's not enough to get the 1st down. So Terrell Suggs gets his 1st sack of the game. And now we see Odell Beckham Jr. ready to return the punt. 3rd sack of the year for Terrell Suggs, the Super Bowl 47 champion with the Baltimore Ravens. So now Odell Beckham Jr., he's going to return this. And he's going to think about returning it all the way. And he actually does return it all the way to begin the football game here for the London Bulldogs. And this happened in the other episode. I believe it was last episode or the episode before last. I can't remember on the top of my head now. And he just returned it. And this is now going to be a 7-0 lead here for the London Bulldogs. We're going to take a break. Alright, this is now 4th and 17. Odell Beckham Jr. is ready to return the punt again here for the London Bulldogs. And his high hopes of returning it again, possibly for another touchdown, would be pretty nice. And he returns this again. And Odell Beckham Jr. gets another touchdown, another punt return for a touchdown, this time for 81 yards. So 3 yards gained more from the previous punt return. So this is a back-to-back punt return touchdown for Odell Beckham Jr. And this is going to be 14-0 here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we'll see you guys when we are back on offense. Okay, now this is the end of the 1st quarter, so the London Bulldogs are leading at 14-0 here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Odell Beckham Jr. had back-to-back punt returns for touchdowns, so that sparked up the game a little bit. So 5 for 6, 22 yards there by Matt Ryan. So 2nd and 6 now here for the Falcons, and we see Hayden Hurst gets a reception there, and he gets stopped at the 14. So the Falcons are in the red zone, so they're trying to look forward to getting their first touchdown of the football game here at their home stadium in Atlanta. So now they're going to throw the football. They're going to pass it to Hayden Hurst, and he does get it down at the 2-yard line. So this is going to be a 1st and goal. So we're going to blitz here on the D. And I'm thinking they might run this play in. I'm really not sure. They're going to throw it. And the Falcons do get a touchdown. And they get 7 points up on the board. So the London Bulldogs lead at 14-7. All right, now it is kickoff time here in Atlanta as the Falcons kick this off. And Joe Hayden will return for the London Bulldogs. So now Joe Hayden, he's going to get stopped down around the 30-yard line. And this is a 1st down and 10. We see Drew Brees stepping onto the field with the offense. So now 1st and 10. Brees looking to throw. He passes it to Harold McGrady, caught it out of bounds. So this is going to be a 2nd and 10 now. So we're going to use strong formation here. We're going to change up our receiving core. So Odell Beckham Jr. will now be in replace for Alshon Jeffrey. And we're going to use the PA post play on 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. So now I'm thinking Brees, we're just going to run him in. Does he necessarily get the 1st down? Yes, he does with that run play. And we are at the 40, so this comes a 2-minute warning here in Atlanta. So this is now 14-7 here in the Peachtree State of Georgia. And now this is 1st and 10. Drew Brees, he's looking to pass. He's going to throw it to Larry Fitzgerald. And he's still on his feet, and he jumps on into the end zone. That is a touchdown, and it's 21-7. So 60-yard touchdown there, 14th touchdown on the year for Larry Fitzgerald. And it's now going to be 21-7 here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, now this is a 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. And now Matt Ryan, he throws the football, and it is picked by Ronald Darby. So this is Ronald Darby's 2nd interception of the season, and it's now Drew Brees steps on the field again. And now we're going to use a run play. We're going to use some Melvin Gordon III. By the way, this is Atlanta's 1st turnover of the game, so they're going to hand the ball off to him for only a gain of 3 yards on the play. So now this is going to be a 2nd and 7. We're going to use a PA middle shot pass play on 2nd and 7. So we're only like 10 yards. We're only a 1st down away from getting it into the red zone, and we are in goal line, which is good. 2 for 3, 82 yards, and we're just going to use a quick slant pass play just to make it a little bit quicker. And I'm going to throw this to Fitzgerald, and he actually gets this into the end zone for a touchdown. 15th touchdown reception of the season, and it's now going to be 28-7 here in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, now this is going to be a 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line here in Atlanta. So they throw the football, and they pass this, I believe, to Julio Jones there. And this is now going to be a 1st and 10 here for the Falcons. And Atlanta, they're trying to step up. They're trying to move the chains here, and they throw it as he gets pressured. And that turns out to be an incomplete pass. So now this is going to be a 2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line here in Atlanta. So now they throw the football, and Julio Jones, he's breaking tackles along the way, and he's going to get a touchdown here for the Falcons. And he does. So this is his 1st touchdown of the game. And this is now going to be 28-14 here in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, now it's kickoff time here in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and we got Joe Hayden ready to return the kickoff here, and he's going to get stopped at the 30-yard line, as this will result in a 1st and 10. So now we're going to use the weak formation. We're going to use double slant, really, and this is going to be a 1st and 10. We step in with Cam Newton, and we throw the football, and we will get stopped at the 40. We're going to take a timeout. All right, now this is 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, and I get sacked, so we're going to take another timeout here. 28-14 is and the nice thing about this stadium is it has a retractable roof, like the old one at Georgia Dome, which was demolished around 2016 to my knowledge, or from what I know of, got demolished after the 2016 season. And the final game that they ever played in that stadium was an NFC Conference Championship game, which advanced them onto the Super Bowl. And we see Alshon Jeffrey get his first touchdown of the game. And we will see you guys in the second half. All right, now this is kickoff time. Atlanta just got another turnover. Ronald Darby returned an interception, and he did get stopped in the middle of the field down around the 50-yard line. So we see Joe Hayden breaking tackles along the way, and we'll get stopped at the 27, beginning of the 3rd quarter. Jaleel Mitchell is our rookie, and he had no tackles in this game so far. So now, third quarter now, we're at the 27. We got Cam Newton, and I'm going to throw this to Gronk, my main receiver, and he got stopped at the 50-yard line, so we're at 101 yards. So we're going to use another PA flood. We're going to still do this play until Gronk possibly gets this into the end zone for a touchdown. And he does get a reception, though, and he does get a juke, breaks tackles, and will get stopped at the 8-yard line. So he has 143 passing yards, Cam Newton, in this game. So if he has 8 more yards, he'll get over that limit. So he'll have at least over 150, which I expect of him. And the Bulldogs get a touchdown. First receiving touchdown of the game for Rob Gronkowski, and it's now going to be 43-14 here in Atlanta. All right, now this is going to be a 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line with only 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Matt Ryan throws the football, and that receiver will get stopped at the 39. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and they need 39 yards, like a couple more first downs just to make. And Calvin Ridley, I think, went to Alabama. To my knowledge, he may have went to Alabama. I'm not 100% sure on what college he went to. That's just my estimated guess. And I think I've said this in the Mexico City video connecting to Joe Burrow when we played against the Bengals in our Mexico City video. And me saying that I'm not a big fan of college sports. I'm more of professionals. And here's why. You get to see celebrity players. They make millions of dollars each and every year they play. They play as long as they'd like. They can retire. They can retire early. They can play in their 40s even. And really, the matter of the fact is that they play in big cities and they're more experienced. So this is now going to be a 1st and goal for the Falcons, which, by the way, I will have that video, the link to the video, in the description if you guys want to check that video out. I just uploaded a couple new Mexico City videos. I haven't done a Mexico City video, I think, in like 2 months, to my understanding. And the Atlanta Falcons get a touchdown here. And we are ready to return the kickoff after this. All right, now it is kickoff time here in Atlanta. So now the Falcons kick this off. Tony Jefferson returns it for not very much yards. So this is going to be a 1st and 10. So we're going to use a weak pass play here on 1st and 10. And we are going to run it in with Cam Newton on 1st and 10. So Cam Newton, he breaks tackles along the way, gets stopped at the 28-yard line for only a gain of 19 yards. So we're going to run the ball until we get a touchdown here. And Cam Newton, he's going to run it in. And he does get a 1st down, and they're in the red zone. So I don't know why that timeout just appeared like that. I don't know why. Nobody really took a timeout. And Drew Brees is back in the game, so might have to deal with one of our quarterbacks from what I know of. And gosh, I'm just gonna play some Joe Flacco a little bit. I'll allow some Joe Flacco play calls. So now we're gonna have Flacco as our starter for right now. So I'm gonna throw the ball to Harold McGrady, and I actually get sacked by Michael Walker, excuse me. And Cam Newton has an abdominal tear, and he will not return in this game, which is kind of a bummer because he's one of our greatest players on the team, and he could be out for part of the playoff season. If he's out for the whole season, he may not return until Super Bowl arrives, or maybe even after the Super Bowl. So we're going to attempt a field goal try here for 43 yards. If we do not make this, Atlanta has possession of the football. And if we make it, we should, and we don't. We'll see you guys after the 2-minute warning. All right, now this is 1st and 10. They throw the football. That is incomplete. 16 for 21, 225 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 INTs for Matt Ryan on the day. Both caught by Ronald Darby. So 2nd and 10, 38-yard line here. And they throw this, and that is going to be a completed pass. So he only has 240 yards. So they got 60 more yards until... And here comes the booth review. So they're thinking that they did not catch it, but the receiver did have possession, Calvin Ridley. And that is a 1st down. So Atlanta is going to do pretty well. They're going to likely get the touchdown here on the next few plays. So Matt Ryan, he's just going to run this out, and he is going to get stopped at the 8-yard line for only a gain of 15, which isn't bad. Like, it's good and all. That's decent enough, but not decent enough to get it into the end zone pretty much. And the Falcons do get a touchdown, and this is going to be a 43-29. If they make this, it will be 29. If not, it will still be 27. And this game has gone pretty close. I mean, they slacked off Atlanta for the most part, and Julio Jones got it into the end zone for 2 points. So we didn't slack off really this whole game. So Atlanta slacked off when we had the Odell Beckham Jr. 2 punt returns for touchdowns. So I'll explain more about that when we get into statistics. Okay, now this is going to be a 1st and 10 at the 32, so I'm going to throw the football to Harold McGrady, and he gets stopped at the 6-yard line. We only have 1 minute and 3 seconds to go in this football game. All right, now the Atlanta Falcons fall to 7 and 6, while the London Bulldogs improve to 12 and 1 on the year. Pretty competitive game, I'd have to say. It was a back and forth touchdown wise. Well, really, it was back-to-back punt return touchdown. So Odell Beckham Jr. had a terrific day in this episode. So he did a heck of a great game. And I'll explain more about that when we go into statistics. So Matt Ryan, 115.0 pass rating, 18 out of 23 there, 248 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 INTs. Cam Newton and Drew Brees both had 2 touchdowns on the day. Cam Newton left the game early with an injury. So Larry Fitzgerald, 2 touchdowns. Julio Jones, Rob Gronkowski, and Alshon Jeffrey all had 1 touchdown. Punt returns, 259 yards, 81 the longest, and 2 touchdowns for Odell Beckham Jr. That wraps it up, everybody, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace out.